Hey, Xander.
Hey, Elliot.
We've kind of danced around this topic, and it's probably my favorite part about Cinematic Unisystem. What can you tell us about drama points?
Honestly, they're kind of my favourite bit as well. So, drama points are a wonderful resource that players get that allow them to have extra agency in a scene. It lets them do something really cool. It lets them be the hero of the TV show. It makes sure the camera's on them as they do something absolutely awesome or avoid calamity.
So
they can be used in all manner of ways.
Yep.
Do you want to give an example of one?
Sure. So if you feel like you've got a big damn heroic moment, then you can spend a drama point to really emphasize it, in which case your character gets a +10 to that roll, which in a system where every 2 to 3 points gives you an extra success level can mean tremendous swings in your, overall competence. But you can also, in our tweaked version, kind of try and survive by the skin of your teeth. You can retroactively spin that same drama point to give yourself a +5 on a roll that you've already made before the results are declared.
Absolutely. Those are the ways that people can kind of improve their actions, but there's also ways that they can deal with other consequences of roleplay. For example, there is a wonderful way of spending a drama point. When you've taken a lot of damage in a scene, you can spend a drama point to halve the amount of damage you've taken so far in a scene. So it doesn't replace any life points you didn't have going into an encounter, but it does mean that you can say, oh, thankfully I had this solid silver cigarillo case in my pocket and therefore none of those bullets hit my heart. A good way of avoiding a unpleasant death if you get a series of bad rolls.
Absolutely. How many drama points do these characters have?
They have a grand total of 10 at the start of this campaign. Generally, for good roleplay, I will grant a couple of drama points back at the end of an episode, but it depends on what's happened and how well people have roleplayed. And, well, no, you always roleplay brilliantly. How many times do you make the GM laugh or cry? But that 10 is also a hard maximum. You do not get any more than that.
So one thing that I think is really interesting, and one of the things that I enjoy about Cinematic Unisystem in terms of like doing an episodic but also season-based game, is that after an episode where you've really pushed your luck, and you've spent drama points to make sure that you are the focus, like there is a natural inclination to step back, which also means that there's more spotlight to go around to other characters. Because frankly, after Tristan gets in a big dangerous fight with a Fey monster, he needs a little bit of time to get his drama point reserves back up, because I know that you're going to throw something nasty at us that I'm going to want them for.
Absolutely. It's an important thing to take a bit of breathing room between spending a big chunk of them. We actually implemented this limit, the maximum limit, so that it gives that tension of you want to spend some, because otherwise any you get at the end of the episode are kind of wasted, but spending too many, you might not have them when you absolutely need them.
And it's an interesting just little psychological effect, is like, even just getting down to like 6 or 5, you start getting a little squirmy as a player, because you're like, what if I have to do 2 episodes in a row where I'm called upon to be the big damn hero? Like, that's going to be a problem for me. So even when you're not all the way down into scarce levels, it's still something that just kind of sits inside of your head. It is one of the least intrusive fiat currencies I've seen, or just because it's relatively light in that way. So
I really love them, and I do find that they tend to elevate the roleplay just a little bit when characters feel they can have those big damn moments and guarantee it, rather than being dependent on the dice entirely, but making sure it's a scarce enough resource that it can't happen every single time.
And also, I think it helps that when you spend a drama point, you are saying that this is a moment that matters. You are given a little bit of narrative leeway to show us what happens as the camera zooms in and focuses in on you. And I don't know, that makes it feel earned a little bit more than some other systems that I've played with.
Oh, absolutely. There's a reason why we use the terms heroic feat and by the skin of your teeth for those +10 and +5 rolls. I want to know, as the GM, and I want to hear that character describe how they're doing it in a big, flashy, cool way, or how they're barely avoiding disaster.
Yeah. So, that's the story on Drama Points.
See you next time.
See you next time.